A very good evening to all of you. This is Sridhar speaking from Pune, India. Unfortunately, I could not make it to the conference, and so I am trying to reach you all through this video. It was in 2006, while I was working for Karnataka Power Corporation. I was invited to a
school to fix a computer. After interacting with the teachers, I realized that the teachers themselves do not possess enough computer knowledge.
So I got into teaching computers to the 7th grade children, and I was also inviting the children to my home to use my computer, play with it and learn more. That's how I got into the mode of volunteering for a social cause.
In 2008, I enrolled for the master's program at IISC. During my stay at campus, I was involved in quite a few initiatives, the most inspiring one being the notebook drive.
I was also part of the student council during the year 2009-2010. This was a time when I got introduced to this initiative.
To Birur Educational Foundation for Children, BEFC. BEFC is a very inspiring initiative started by two brothers whose ancestry is from Birur, Dr. Gajanana Birur and BCS Kumar. BFC was started with a very good motive to provide better facilities to the children in the rural schools. BFC is supporting 8 schools as of now in the Tarikere and Birur Taluk of Chikmagalur district, Karnataka. BFC facilitates the children with uniform, bags, footwear, dictionaries, so that the children feel dignified when compared to the children attending the private schools. BFC also supports schools with infrastructure in terms of buildings, kitchen utensils, sports kits, library facilities, etc., so that the schools can provide a healthy education-friendly atmosphere to the children. Every alternate year, BFC organizes training programs for the teachers in Birur and Tarikere taluks.
Till recently, I was a passive volunteer. I was assisting the team on their school visits and also during the teacher training program. I became active very recently with the previous teacher training program, which was completely focused on science. The rural children, probably with less guidance, they tend to ignore science. The previous teacher training program was completely focused on science, and the whole idea was to encourage the teachers to give special importance to the science so that the children take up science as a career option.
In this direction, a 10-day summer science camp was organized during April 2013 at Birur. Furthermore, BFC is planning to set up a permanent science center in one of the schools that could benefit nearly about 10 schools in the surroundings.
For me personally, BFC is a model which could be replicated in our own native villages and towns. I feel myself very fortunate to have been working with BFC for past 4 years, thanks to the BFC team. In October 2010, I finished my thesis work and I moved on to Pune to work with Eaton Technologies Private Limited. In Pune, I got associated with the Great Foundation, an NGO. I was basically teaching English and Maths in the government schools in Pune. Later I realized that there is nobody to take science, and I moved on to teach science. Within a few days of time, one more alumni from IISc, Mr. Rishikesh Kulkarni, shifted to Pune. We both worked together and he was of great help to me. After visiting a science center at IUCA within the Pune University limit, we are thinking of setting up similar science centers in the government schools we work for.
An article of our work was published in Indian Express. After reading this article, Levit Somarajan, a graduate of NIT Nagpur, called us to check if he could work with us, as even he had similar ideas. Thus, we came up with the concept of Life Lab. Life stands for Learning is Fun and Experiential. The whole idea of Life Lab is to allow all children to do science, not restricted by age. The science center would be open throughout the day. Any child can enter into the science center, pick up the materials required and start constructing its own toy. So we closely work with the school management to make sure that the science center is used to the maximum extent. In 2012, we have set up science centers in 3 schools and 1 community center in a slum. We target to set up 15 such science centers in the academic year 2013-14. The schools we target are either government schools or low-income schools run by NGOs. As of now, we have 10 committed volunteers who run activities at various schools across Pune.
The whole idea of Life Lab is to bring a very scientific temperament among the school children, basically to bring out the scientists in them. So the success of Life Lab is when we get the children find scientific solutions to the problems in the society instead of complaining about the problems. So these volunteers are sort of very dedicated, and they make sure that the operations in all the science centers, in their respective science centers, goes well. And fortunately or unfortunately, I get credited for the work they do. So that's just because I coordinate this initiative. Very recently, I was selected for the I Volunteer Social Award in the volunteer category, in the individual volunteer category.
So, but the credit goes to the entire team. It's not me alone.
As we all understand, the world has become so small that anything we do has a global impact. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, popularly known as the People's President, had once stated, "Righteousness in one's heart brings beauty in the character. Beauty in the character brings harmony at home. Harmony at home brings order in a nation, and order in a nation brings peace to the world." Let us all work together to bring peace to this world by filling the righteousness in the hearts of the future generation. And I strongly believe that this is possible only through proper education. I am very much honored to be part of this global conference. Thanks for the opportunity. Thank you all.